So then, on this blog, I'm going to talk about Blackpool because I've already talked about Blackpool on another blog that I did recently. And as I said, I did go to Blackpool on a 5-day holiday. And this is going to talk a little bit about the changes that I've seen while I was in Blackpool. Yes, there are changes. Some good, maybe some bad. And the good changes that they may have made about Blackpool is certain things like they've got the Comedy Walk of Fame, and that they've obviously got a few new buildings that have been put up. They have obviously made the promenade a little bit better. They've done some walkway bits and made that a little bit more modernised and whatever else. But whether it's for the best, I don't know. Some of them might be great. You know, you might see like the new tourist information thing at the promenade at the front, which is not too far from the North Pier and things like that. You know, we see the changes, but I think one of the problems that Blackpool has, and there are things like where the Houndsdale Shopping Centre has been upgraded and a few more shops have been added and various things like that in the town centre a bit. But I do find that sadly there are parts of Blackpool which I believe, particularly in the south and as you go down some of the side streets, which I particularly find has gone well. We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, they've built a Sainsbury. The big Sainsbury has now been built outside the North Station, and we actually went to the South Station for the first time in our life. To Blackpool. We thought it'd be a change so that when we got up the South Station, we wouldn't have far to walk when we go to the hotel, which is all well and true. But anyway, going back to Blackpool and going back to what I'm talking about, there were some good bits. You know, we've said about the changes that Blackpool are trying to make. You know, trying to improve things like the Blackpool Tower and all these and that, and the possibility of improving Blackpool Pleasure Beach, even though you now have to pay to go in, even if you don't want to go and eat rides. But I see a problem. I see a very big problem that Blackpool faces, and that is some of the eating places and a lot of shops, particularly down the side streets and things like that, are now run down. It's like you go to these places, they're not open. Where there used to be shops that used to open selling rock, or there used to be gifts that they used to sell, they're no longer open. Some of the eating places are no longer there. And it's a bit of a shame, really. And I believe sometimes what's also happened is some of the places that are open, they're actually opening later. So what happens is you go to something like the Central Pier and you think, right, it might be 9 o'clock, it might be 9:30, we're going to go on the Central Pier. Maybe we want to go on there because we want to go and look around it. But the amusement bit on there, you can't go on. The rides might not be open. And that is a downside to Blackpool, where things open later. You've got like, say, a 10 o'clock opening time for something, you know, like the pier. They might say on the Central Pier we open at 10 o'clock and you can all go and browse it. Where years ago they used to open till later. Even Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's the same. Blackpool Pleasure Beach now closes early. I mean, they don't make... I mean, in the summertime you'd think, and you would think that in a sort of summer season for Blackpool, like for instance, let's say something like, say in April or May. What's stopping them from saying April to May, maybe up until September, October, maybe even November, whatever? What is stopping Blackpool Pleasure Beach by saying we want to open longer? Because when we used to go to Blackpool years and years ago, and I mean years and years ago, 10 years ago, and even before that, Blackpool Pleasure Beach used to be free to go in, even if you did not want to go on any rides. You could go into Blackpool Pleasure Beach and have a walk round. All good. And they used to open till late. So you knew you could go around there until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night and come out. They shut at, say, 11 o'clock and that was it. That's Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now, it's like they're probably shutting at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Don't know why, but they're doing that. some of the places are opening a bit later. I've seen some of the gift shops down one of the tourist side streets where we walk out there at 9:30 and they're only just starting to open. As if to say 10 o'clock and they're going to open. Some of the in places, some of the gift shops are not open, and it seems a bit sad really. And I think, as my mum says, the reason for this is basically is all down to the fact that no one comes anymore. Maybe they are losing business. Maybe they just can't afford to keep them opening because they're not doing business. Even with some of the eating places, they're not opening till late either. I mean, we can come out of the pub at say 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30, and we can find very little. Well, I'm not saying everywhere, but we're finding places where you can't eat. We would normally go down the street and we think, oh, that fish and chip shop's not open, that eating place is not open. So you can't buy a burger, you can't buy a hot dog, you can't buy chips or anything like that because these places are not open. They're actually opening less and probably opening at something like whatever time in the morning or afternoon. It's shutting about 9 o'clock. So it's a bit sad really that happens. But there you go. That's Blackpool for you. Many changes have happened. I just think it's not right, and they're not doing it for the better when businesses are not opening till longer hours or not opening at all. But there you go. Anyway, bye for now.